It's all you.
Creativity. That's a word that's used a lot when you're dealing with being hired for business or within a business itself, when you're talking about making new products or services or advertising. Now, often when an employer says they're looking for creativity, they're talking about an ability to problem solve, to think, as they put it, outside the box. It's a term that's used a lot. And basically what that means is to find an opportunity or a way of solving a problem that isn't how it would normally be solved, or that allows for what is existing going on to happen. Now, people will often describe themselves as creative thinkers, but people use creativity as a means to an end, meaning that they use their own innate creative spark to get the job done. But what if the work that you do is to be creative? Maybe that's the whole point. What if instead of being a creative thinker, you're a creative doer? My name's Lynn Marston, and I am a senior at University of Maine Machias. My major is interdisciplinary fine arts with a concentration in creative writing. I've been going to school there off and on for the past 20 years, believe it or not. And this semester is supposed to be my last, and I'm hoping that it is. But part of my studies this semester are what it takes to be creative, and what does that mean? What does that mean, and how does creativity work in our own lives? Now, it's different for everybody, but there are some basic truths to how creativity applies to just about everybody. And I'm going to talk about those, or 4 of them. Now, the first truth is that to be a creative doer, it takes some time. Now, I know that time is one of those commodities that's at a premium for everybody. There's always something else that seems more important to us that is up there higher on the totem pole. For instance, the dishes could be piling up in the sink, the dog could be puking on your new rug, the kids could be screaming to be fed, there could be a new book, a video game, a TV show, things that you want to do, that you want to entertain yourself with. But if you do take the time, even if it's just 15 minutes to write in a journal, or to take some pictures of something that you find beautiful to look at, or to draw something, if you take that time, it sparks your creativity, it gets it going in other aspects of your life, and it'll feed those endeavors, and you'll open doorway to other thoughts, other processes of what you're working on. Now, a second truth that kind of dovetails into that first truth is that creativity is a lot of work. Now, some might say that if you're being creative, you're having fun, you're enjoying yourself, and that may be so. But no one ever said that you couldn't enjoy your work. No one said that play couldn't also be work, and vice versa. Being creative, being really creative and really digging into your own personal experiences and the essence of who you are, and hauling up those morsels of inner truth, can be completely and utterly exhausting. Because to be a creative doer, you have to do that. You have to dig into yourself. You have to find that inside yourself. Now, you can't say, someday I'll write that book. Someday I'll paint that picture. You have to find that in yourself now. You have to dig deep. You have to do that now, because now is the time to do the work that's necessary. The third truth is that to do this work, you can't do it in a vacuum. Now, some people might point at Emily Dickinson, and they might say, well, Emily Dickinson locked herself in her bedroom at her parents' house for years and years and years and years and years and wrote all this beautiful poetry. What they don't realize is that right outside Emily Dickinson's window was this gorgeous garden that she herself had planted, that she had grown. And she would look out her window, and that would be the inspiration for a great deal of the poems that were going on. So she wasn't existing in a vacuum, and she was finding her inspiration somewhere. Now, whether that inspiration that you find outside of your vacuum is an interaction or collaboration with another person, whether you're like me, I go out, I go to thrift stores, I find things, I bring them home, and they become part of my collages that you see here. And sometimes, you know, I also write, which is part of the major in creative writing. And I'll see an interaction. I'll be sitting somewhere and I'll be watching people, and I'll see an interaction between two people, and that might become the seed to a short story that I'm working on. Whatever it is, you have to find that out there, and what you do is it filters through and reflects off of your own personal perceptions and becomes something creative. The world becomes part of what's going on with you. And that leads us to the fourth and the final truth, is that there are no such things as mistakes. Whether it's your cat walking across fresh paint on a canvas, happened to me. Accidentally erasing an entire paragraph or page from a story, happened to me. Your boyfriend accidentally on purpose splattering paint over something that you're working on. Case in point over here, which turned out really beautiful. Whatever it is, it wasn't a mistake, it was an opportunity. It was a chance for you to allow the chaos to reign for a minute and to just let go of it. And that truth, this truth that I'm talking about, this last one, is also about losing control. It has to happen in any creative endeavor. You have to let go of the control of what you're creating. Now, we think that we like to think that it's all about us when we're creating something. It's all about us, but the universe actually has a lot to say about what we create and to take part in it. We're kind of the fulcrum for the universe to act upon. Now, this last truth also has the most to do with when we're talking about working in a business and how creativity plays into that. That's how a boss is, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for people, they want to know that someone's working for them, that when the world steps into their operation and chaos reigns, that there's someone there that can take that chaos and turn it into something beautiful and make it work for them. And they want to know that you're a creative doer, and that your creative doing is helping them in their business. Now, so whether you're like me and you're looking at creativity as a career move, or you'd like creativity to move your career, as they say, remember to allow your creativity time, to give it the importance of being work in its own right, to feed it with experience and collaboration, and never see anything as a mistake, but as an opportunity. And you will be amazed at the worlds that open up to you when you stop being merely a creative thinker and start being a creative doer.